Japan is one of those places that operates on a really unique and, let's be honest, fascinating set of social rules. And with tourism absolutely booming right now, figuring out these unspoken customs is more important than ever. So let's just dive right in.
This right here, this quote, gets straight to the heart of it. This isn't just about being polite for the sake of it. There's a real growing tension between welcoming visitors and, the frustration that comes from seeing local customs just ignored day after day.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Nobody wants to be that person. Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down here. We're going to walk through some of the most essential etiquette tips so you can navigate Japan with confidence and, most importantly, with respect. Okay, but before we jump into the do's and don'ts, it's so important to get the cultural context. Because in Japan, communication is often really indirect. People probably won't tell you to your face that you're breaking a rule, but that silence, it definitely doesn't mean it's going unnoticed. First up, let's talk about just getting around. From the subways to the escalators, moving through public spaces in Japan is all about this idea of shared harmony and incredible efficiency. The second you step onto a train, you'll feel it. There's this shift in the atmosphere. You've basically entered what you could call a silent zone. It's not that you absolutely cannot speak, but the shared understanding is that this is a space for quiet travel, not for loud chats. And the rules here are actually super simple. If your phone rings, you just don't answer it. Period. If you have to talk to the person you're with, you drop your voice to a whisper. Honestly, the golden rule is your best friend here. Just look around. Match the energy of the train car. If it's silent, you're silent. Next up is something you're going to use constantly, escalators. And the main idea here is all about efficiency. Everyone is trying to get somewhere, right? The system is designed to keep that flow moving smoothly, not to block it up. And this is probably one of the most famous regional differences you'll run into. In Tokyo, you stand on the left and people pass you on the right. But if you head west to a city like Osaka, it's the total opposite. The easiest trick, when you get on your first escalator, just hang back for a second and see what everyone else is doing. So here's the absolute number one rule, the most important thing to remember. No matter which side you stand on, you never, ever block the passing lane. Don't stand next to your friend, don't let your big suitcase spill over. This is maybe the fastest way to clog up the system and get some serious, silent side-eye. All right, so we've covered getting around. Let's move on to another huge part of any trip, eating and shopping. And believe me, these little daily interactions are packed with their own important customs. Japan has some of the absolute best street food in the world. But here's the catch. You don't actually eat it on the street. Walking around while eating is seen as a bit messy, maybe even a little disrespectful. You could bump into someone or drip sauce on the pristine pavement. So what's the right way to enjoy that delicious takoyaki? It's simple. You just stay right there, near the stall or the convenience store where you bought it. Finish your food, enjoy the moment, and then you deal with your trash. Which actually brings us to our next point. Yeah, you're going to notice pretty quickly that public trash cans are basically non-existent. So if you buy a snack or a bottle of water, that wrapper is your responsibility until you get back to your hotel or find a bin. Seriously, a great pro tip is to just carry a little plastic bag with you for this exact reason. Now, when it's time to pay for something, doesn't matter if it's in a convenience store or a fancy department store, you'll notice a very specific process. It's this small, important ritual that keeps things running incredibly smoothly. So instead of handing your cash directly to the cashier, you'll see a little tray on the counter. You place your money or your card on that tray. The cashier will do the exact same thing when they give you your change. It's like a simple two-step dance. You place, they take. They place, you take. And of course, there's a great reason for it. It's partly about hygiene, sure, but it's also about accuracy and professionalism. It means no one's fumbling with coins, and the whole transaction is just clear, respectful, and super efficient. Let's move on to an experience that is just so quintessentially Japanese, visiting an onsen, a hot spring. This is a deeply cultural activity, and it comes with a set of rules that are, well, they're absolutely non-negotiable. Here's the most important thing you need to understand. An onsen is a communal bath. The water is there for soaking and relaxing, not for cleaning yourself. Because of that, personal hygiene before you get in isn't just polite, it's mandatory. So here's the ritual. First, you head to the little shower stations and you wash your entire body, head to toe, with soap. Only after you are completely rinsed and clean do you even think about getting into the hot spring. And once you're in, keep your little towel and your hair out of the water. And of course, never, ever bring soap into the communal bath itself. Okay, so we've covered how to move, how to eat, how to bathe. Let's kind of zoom out now and put all of this together into a bigger idea of how to travel well. If you think about it, the common thread through all of these rules is that idea of indirectness and sharing space. The rules might not be written on a giant sign, but they create a social harmony that you can actually feel, and breaking them creates this kind of silent tension in the air. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's highly unlikely that someone will call you out for talking too loud on the train. But they will notice. Trust me, they notice. And it all contributes to an overall impression of tourists. Your awareness is really your most powerful tool. At the end of the day, every single thing you do as a visitor adds up. It contributes to the overall relationship between tourists and locals. Traveling respectfully helps make sure that Japan stays the wonderfully welcoming and beautiful place that we all want to visit. And that really leaves us with one final thought. What does it actually mean to be a responsible traveler? It's not just about memorizing a checklist of rules. It's about observation, it's about empathy, it's about having a genuine desire to respect the culture and the people you've traveled so far to experience. It's about leaving a place just as amazing as you found it.